And now, ladies and gentlemen, President Abraham Lincoln. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bless you all. God bless you. 407 years ago, our forefathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure.
Mr. Lincoln?
Yes, child.
I don't rightfully understand a word you're saying, sir.
That would be presented as a problem, wouldn't it? What could I do that would make this information more understandable for you?
I like rap music.
Rap music? I'm afraid I'm not familiar with your terminology.
Oh, you know, get down and funky, like you were dancing with a monkey. Yeah, I'm not very good at it.
No, that's quite all right. I understood where you were going with that. Yes, I think I could do that.
Really?
Yes, of course. I can do anything. I'm the president. But, not in these clothes.
Hit it.
This is for all of my fellow Americans, but especially the Confederates. I'm going all out. You better listen up. My name is Abraham Lincoln. I'm the 16th president. The anti-slavery movement's what I represent. I'm standing up here rapping with such eloquency about the civil war that's happening in my presidency. It is a war against ourselves, and it just happens to be the bloodiest time in our nation's whole history. And man, I hate this war, but thankfully the North is winning. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start at the beginning. We had a war with Britain, independence was the sequel, and TJ said that all men are created equal. But what he didn't include was an entire prequel. All the hard-working people who were treated with the was the rich, fat, white dudes. They were talking about them and themselves. They didn't even mention a thing about slaves, and all the slaves needed help. They would go to the grave. The tension all started with a guy named John Brown. I told him he needed to calm down. He killed a bunch of slave owners at Harper's Ferry. Was he successful at starting a rally? Not very, but what he did do was start what our nation was waiting for. Threw our country headlong into a civil war. I had to do something before my people started hating me. To get up off my rear and start abolishing the slavery, needed someone to lead my abolitionists. So I turned to a man named Ulysses. William T. Sherman is another of my generals. He and Ulysses Grant have been very critical. They've been farmers and the fighters, and they've made their mark. But the battles they've been fighting aren't walks in the park. Jefferson Davis is the stubborn Southern leader, and he appointed Robert Lee to be their defeater. Lee and Grant are very good generals, there is no doubt, but the war will be won by the man who's going all out. It's been a good matchup, and at times they've had to reel back. So I'll give you some of the battles in a real rap. Fort Sumter was the first place there was firing and guns, but the first major engagement of this war was at First Bull Run. And Shiloh surely had to be the turning point for me, because I realized how costly this war was going to be for us. Second battle at Bull Run was a Confederate victory. It's embarrassing to say my men retreated to Washington, D.C. Antietam was bloody, but not as bloody as Shiloh. There we had a lot of losses, but ended on a high note. Vicksburg was a battle we had to win no matter the cost. So General Grant got in there and he showed the rebels who was boss. In the most recent battle was at Gettysburg, where the percent of General Lee's men lost was 1/3. The by that time I'd already changed the nation. I'd issued the Emancipation Proclamation. They said that all slaves would be set free. They could do whatever they wanted, all because of me. See, I put myself in the slave shoes, cause if I was one, that's what I want me to do. So by the grace of God, that's just what I did. I made America a better place to live. And yeah, the war's been long, but it's not over yet. None of the slaves have yet been set free, and have a feeling there were several battles left. And as for how it ends, I guess we'll have to see. Did all of y'all just hear that? Your president just rapped. So anyway, don't go for slavery, and God bless America. Thank you. So, how was it?
It was an epic win, sir.